Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nick from MMA Pixels here with Jessica Borga. How are you doing, Jessica?
Very good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. You have the main event of Valor Fighting Challenge 54 coming up January 19th against Shana Young. That's a big fight.
Very big fight. I'm very excited. The better the opponent, the more excited I get.
Right. Is this your first main event?
No, actually, even through my amateur, I was the main event a lot, so I'm pretty familiar with being the last fight. uh, Gotta save the best for last. I'm just kidding. Um, it's gonna be good though. I'm excited about being the main event, especially in her hometown.
How does that work? Like, I know you guys probably aren't on television, but do you know like what time you're gonna fight, or is it just when it gets to you, it's your turn?
It depends on how fast the other fights finish, of course, but usually the main event goes on anywhere from 11 to 1 in the morning. So it just depends on how big that card is and how fast they finish.
That's kind of late. Do you change your training around there, like to try to?
Yes. Yeah, I train later. I stay up later, sleep in a little bit later. So my training does change per hours.
Is that during fight camp, or are you just throughout your life you do that now?
No, honestly, just through fight camp. For the most part, I like to get to bed early. So if I'm not in fight camp, I can train myself fairly easy to be able to get up, but and go to sleep later. But I like to be in bed early and I like to wake up early, to be honest.
Right. You currently live in Florida,
Yes, Lakeland, Florida, right in between Tampa and Orlando.
and the fight's going to take place in Tennessee, correct?
Yes, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Have you fought for this promotion before? Or where's the connection?
Nope. They reached out to my coach and and it's the first time in Knoxville, Tennessee, so I'm really excited about that. I traveled a lot as amateur, so I'm very familiar with traveling. That doesn't bother me at all. I'm actually usually the villain going into their home territory, so I kind of like that.
When do you usually get to like your fight destination? Like a week before, 2 days before?
Usually they fly us in the day before weigh-in. So Thursday, we weigh in Friday, fight Saturday, and then come back home on Sunday.
And that's optimal for you, or is that enough time to get there, cut weight, and everything? Or
Yeah, usually it's not too bad. I've been flown in on the day of weigh-in, and that was not optimal for me. That does not make for a fun flight, but it's doable either way. Make it work.
Uh, so what is your typical fight camp? Is it like a month out, 6 weeks out?
Usually, I stay pretty active. The last two fights that I did last year, usually I'm fairly more active. But this year I had a lot going on at the end of the year, so I kind of had to take a little bit of time off. But the last two I did was the same month, so it was only 3 weeks apart from each other. Um, it depends on how active you are, I guess, and how quick you can get a fight. You can get it every 2 weeks. So I prefer, of course, yes, a good fight camp for prepping for somebody. 8 weeks optimal. This one was actually more than 8 weeks, so very good.
Right. Are you doing anything training just for Shayna, or is it just business as usual?
A lot of it is business as usual. We like to prepare for anything and everything, no matter what kind of opponent it is or who I'm fighting. But of course, there is specific things that we train a little bit more for each individual person to prep more for their style. So we do prepare wisely.
How did you get started in mixed martial arts? Did you start off with a traditional martial arts?
No, actually, my story is a little funny. I usually don't get into the whole long story of it, but a lot of people told me I got in a lot of trouble growing up for fighting. So I was a big fighter in school, out of school. Even when I got older, before my son, I was a bar fighter. So I was just a brawler. I was born to fight. I guess I loved the adrenaline. I loved everything about it, and everyone kept telling me for years, "You just need to go into MMA. You just need to go fight. You just need to have that portal. Just go try it. I'm sure you'll love it." So finally, I went in, and they were right. I fell in love with it, and it helps as a portal for the energy I have anyway.
What gym do you train out of?
Champions MMA with Ross Kellen as the owner. He's my head coach.
And when you started MMA, is that where you first went to, or did you try a few places?
Nope. He is the one that I've been with since the beginning. He's got me to where I am now, and I've progressed very fast. And that is thanks to him and all my teammates and coaches. So I'm very thankful for them. And I like the loyalty thing. I kind of like to stay with who raised me to where I am.
Right. Your nickname's the Black Widow. I can't help but to notice that pretty cool tattoo on your elbow there. Do you have any other ones like that for the Black Widow?
I do. Actually, it's funny. I thought that's why my coach named me the Black Widow to begin with, was because I had one on the back of my neck. I always liked that the female of the Black Widow species is more venomous than the male. So I kind of always had a thing for the Black Widow. But when he first named me the Black Widow, I didn't really understand why. I didn't really even ask. I just assumed that it was because of the tattoo on my neck. I've added quite a few more since then with the web and everything on my arm, and it's not quite finished yet. But he actually named me that because I came into the gym, as this little blonde chick. Like, the guys thought that they could, defeat me easily, and I throw them around like rag dolls. So I'm underestimated.
Right. Well, I mean, that could only go so long, and I mean, once you keep winning, then obviously the gig is up.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. You can only be underestimated for so long. They figure out your tricks.
So this fight's going down in Tennessee. I'm sure you got a lot of friends and family from Florida. You're from Florida. Is there a way for them to watch it, not being there?
Yes, if anyone's on my social media, I did already post the link, but the promotion did say if you go to their website, you should be able to find a link on there. So it is pay-per-view. There's a fee to watch it, but you should be able to set it up fairly easy.
Well, that's awesome. And then where could the fans find that out on your social media? Like, what are some of the links?
So anywhere on social media with Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, any of those are usually pretty fairly easy. It's Black Widow Borga. So if you look up Black Widow Borga, it should have you an easy link to pretty much everything of mine social media-wise.
All right. Well, I just want to give you the opportunity to thank anyone who's helping you out during this camp or anything.
Thank you. I got my sponsors that helped me out tremendously. Chiropractic Center of Lakeland, of course, my school champions with all my teammates, and my coaches that helped me nonstop get ready for each and prepare for each fight. I really appreciate everything that they do. All my other sponsors, Veterinary Specialties Incorporated, my boss, which is a sponsor of mine. He is tremendously helpful with my schedule, my training, everything. Anytime I need to leave for a fight, he's there. So I really appreciate everyone. Automotive Film Restoration, they are a fairly new sponsor of mine, and I just want to give a shout out to them, and Warhammer Fightwear. So every one of my sponsors know that they are fairly they are very appreciated, and I just want to make sure that just because I don't give a shout out personally because there's so many of them, don't know that I know that I appreciate every single one of y'all.
Well, I appreciate your time. I know you're busy with training and everything with the fight being so close. One half of the main event of Valor Fighting Challenge 54, Jessica Borga. Thank you.
Thank you.